excitement and unease, like a moth drawn to a flame. The field whispers in the wind. Yes, it's spooky season. The time of year when it's seemingly safe to dance with the darkness, play goth for a day, or seek out a costume that reveals a playfully hidden aspect of your carefully curated self. But this story is not innocent, not playful. It's tragic. And it's a tale I wish I didn't have to share with you. But I do. So sit down, settle in, and allow the tendrils of the night to entwine your thoughts as I tell you the story of Whispers in the Wind. The air is crisp with the scent of hay and distant wood smoke, the sky draped in a tapestry of stars that flicker like distant candles. Emily sits atop the hay bale, the coarse strands prickling through her jeans, grounding her amid the buoyant chatter that swirls around her. Lanterns hang from the wagon's edges, their warm glow casting fleeting halos on faces. She yearns to know better. Isn't this perfect? Jenna's smile flashes, teeth white against the shadows. Her eyes gleam, whether with kindness or something else, Emily cannot tell. Absolutely, Emily replies, wrapping her fingers tighter around the worn wood of the wagon's side. I've never been on a hayride before. Marcus leans in from across the wagon, his voice smooth as silk. Then tonight will be unforgettable. The tractor's engine sputters to life, a grumbling creature pulling them away from the safety of the campus lights into the sprawling embrace of the cornfields. Laughter erupts as they jostle over uneven ground, the group buoyed by the thrill of the unknown. Emily feels a flutter in her chest, a mingling of excitement and unease, like a moth drawn to a flame. The fields stretch out, endless rows of cornstalks swaying gently, their dried husks whispering secrets to the wind. The moon hangs low, a silvered crescent slicing through the darkness, casting elongated shadows that dance in time with the murmuring leaves. We should tell ghost stories, someone suggests, and a chorus of agreement follows. Tales spin out into the night of haunted farms and lingering spirits, but Emily finds herself drifting, the words melting into the ambient hum. Her gaze fixes on the horizon, where the line between earth and sky blurs into an inky void. A sudden lurch and the wagon grinds to a halt. The tractor's engine coughs before falling silent, plunging them into a quiet broken only by the rustle of the corn. What's happening? Emily asks, her voice barely above a whisper. Jenna hops down gracefully, her boots crunching against the dirt. Probably just a mechanical issue. Come on, let's stretch our legs. The others disembark, their movements fluid and unhurried. Emily hesitates before following, the soil cool beneath her feet. The air carries a chill now, a creeping tendril that winds its way through her sweater. Marcus approaches, his smile lingering at the corners of his mouth. Let's take a walk. The moon's beautiful tonight. She nods, drawn in by the allure of belonging, the hope that she's finally found her place among them. They venture further into the field, cornstalks towering on either side like silent guardians. The group meanders, laughter trickling back toward the wagon where the driver tinkers with the engine. Shadows swallow their forms as they weave between the rows, pairs splitting off until Emily realizes she is alone. Jenna? Her voice seems swallowed by the night. Marcus? Silence. The cornstalks whisper, a susurrus that sets her nerves on edge. She turns in place, the path behind her obscured. Every direction mirrors the next, an endless corridor of identical stalks. A flicker of movement catches her eye, a shadow slipping between the rows. Relief floods her chest. Marcus, is that you? She steps forward, reaching out, but her fingers grasp only the dry tassels of corn. The shadow flits again, closer this time. The laughter that once seemed inviting now echoes with a distorted edge, warped and distant. "Stop messing around," she calls, attempting levity, though her pulse quickens. A giggle sounds behind her, high-pitched and unfamiliar. Emily spins, but there's no one there. Her breaths come faster, a plume of mist in the chilly air. Panic begins to set in, a cold knot twisting in her stomach. She pushes through the stalks, leaves scraping against her skin like skeletal fingers. The ground seems to shift beneath her, each step leading her deeper into the labyrinth. "Help!" she cries out, the word tearing from her throat. "Where are you?" Only the wind responds, its mournful sigh threading through the maze. A soft glow emerges ahead, a beacon in the darkness. Hope sparks within her. She breaks into a run, cornstalks tearing at her clothes, the earth uneven beneath her pounding feet. Bursting into a clearing, she stumbles upon a dilapidated farmhouse nestled among the towering corn. Moonlight bathes the weathered wood, casting it in hues of silver and shadow. A single window glows with a warm, inviting light. Emily approaches cautiously, her footsteps faltering on the creaking porch. The door, ajar, emits a soft creak as she nudges it open. "Hello?" Her voice trembles, barely audible over the hammering of her heart. "Come in, dear." A gentle voice beckons from within. She steps inside, the scent of lavender and aged books wrapping around her like a comforting blanket. The interior is a tableau frozen in time, antique furniture draped in lace, candles casting flickering light that dances across the faded floral wallpaper. An old woman sits in a high-backed chair by the hearth, knitting needles clicking softly. She looks up, eyes crinkling with a warm smile. "You look lost, child." Relief washes over Emily, and tears at the corners of her eyes. "I got separated from my friends. I didn't mean to intrude." "Nonsense," the woman tuts. "It's no trouble at all. These fields can be tricky at night." The woman gestures to a steaming cup on the small table beside the chair. "Tea?" Emily hesitates before nodding, the promise of warmth too enticing to refuse. She wraps her hands around the delicate porcelain, the aroma soothing her frayed nerves. "Thank you," she murmurs, taking a tentative sip. The tea is floral with a hint of something unfamiliar, a taste she can't quite place but finds oddly comforting. The woman's gaze rests upon her, eyes dark and depthless. "Not many folks come by these parts anymore." "I'm here with some people from the university," Emily explains. "We were on a hayride, and I don't know what happened." She laughs nervously. "I guess they thought it would be funny to scare me." "Friends can be full of surprises," the woman replies, her smile tightening almost imperceptibly. Emily glances around the room, noticing the shadows pooling in the corners. The way they seem to pulse with a life of their own. The warmth she felt moments ago begins to ebb, replaced by a subtle unease. Are you alone out here?" she asks. "Oh dear, I'm never alone." The knitting needles pause, the yarn trailing off into darkness. "There are always souls passing through." A chill skates down Emily's spine. "I should probably get back. They'll be looking for me." "Stay a while longer," the woman insists, her tone gentle, yet leaving no room for argument. "The night is so cold, and the fields can be dangerous." The shadows along the walls creep closer, the candle flames sputtering as though grasped by an unseen breath. "I really must go." Emily stands, but her legs feel heavy, the room tilting ever so slightly. "Sit, child." The woman's voice hardens, the softness peeling away like old paint. "You haven't finished your tea." An icy dread settles in her gut. "What did you put in this?" The woman rises slowly, her form seeming to stretch impossibly tall, features sharpening in the wavering light. Only what you needed. Emily backs away, the cup slipping from her fingers and shattering on the floor. The walls breathe, the floral patterns twisting into leering faces. Whispers rise around her, unintelligible and suffocating. She turns to flee, but the doorway dissolves into solid wall. No exit, no escape. Panic clutches at her throat as she presses her hands against the unyielding surface. "I've been waiting for someone like you," the woman's voice croons, now echoing from all directions. So full of longing, so easy to beckon into the dark. "Please let me go." Emily's plea is swallowed by the chorus of whispers. From the shadows, figures emerge, wraith-like silhouettes with eyes that glow faintly. Among them, she recognizes familiar shapes. Jenna? Marcus? Her hope falters as they step forward, their faces devoid of warmth, expressions blank. "You wanted to be one of us," Jenna intones, her voice hollow. "Now you will be," Marcus adds, a faint smile curling his lips, though no kindness reaches his eyes. "This isn't real," Emily whispers, squeezing her eyes shut. "This can't be happening." "Open your eyes, child," the old woman commands, her voice weaving through Emily's mind like a serpent. "See the truth that was always there." Emily's eyes fly open, and the room dissolves. She stands once more among the corn, but the stalks are withered and blackened, the sky above churning with inky clouds that blot out the stars. The air is thick, cloying with the scent of decay. Figures encircle her, Jenna, Marcus and others whose faces blur and shift. Their eyes fix upon her, empty and endless. "You wanted to belong," Jenna whispers, her voice carried on the stagnant air. Emily stumbles backward, her feet tangling in desiccated roots that curl around her ankles like grasping hands. "This isn't what I wanted." "But it's what you chose," the old woman's voice echoes, though her form is nowhere to be seen. The circle tightens, the figures closing in. Emily's breaths come in ragged gasps, the weight of their gazes pressing down upon her. The cornstalks bend toward her, rustling a sinister lullaby. From the depths of the earth, shadowy tendrils emerge, coiling around her wrists, her waist, pulling her down. She struggles, but her strength ebbs with each passing moment. "Don't fight," Marcus murmurs, his face inches from hers, eyes reflecting the void. "Become one with us." Jenna's hand reaches out, cold fingers grazing Emily's cheek. Tears carve silent paths down her face. "Why are you doing this?" "Because," the old woman's voice rises above the whispers, "loneliness draws the deepest wells, and from them we drink." As the darkness engulfs her, Emily's screams are muffled, absorbed into the night. The cornfield stands silent once more, the moon peering through a break in the clouds as if nothing has transpired. And so it is that some say that on certain nights, when the wind stirs just so, you can hear a whisper among the cornstalks, a melancholic echo of a girl searching for belonging, ensnared by the very shadows she sought to escape. So when you venture into the fields beneath a harvest moon, be wary of the company you keep and the doors you choose to open. For not all who offer a hand wish to lead you back to the light,